I have two short yellow springs attached with the roll down bar on the bottom, and I set them up to the slider bar at the top quarter, sort of top third, about maybe a foot down from the top. You could also put it up higher. I personally like it just a tiny little bit lower, but try out what works for you. The hands are on the outside of the eye bolts here with the palms down. Thumbs up with the other fingers. I wrap my thumbs around the other side of the eye bolt. Feels kind of good, but you can also have them all on the outside. That's totally fine. An upward grip works too. I'll explain in a second when you would choose that. All right, I'm walking back a little bit so you have a little bit of pressure on the springs, or tension on the springs to start with. But then the most important thing is the position of the pelvis and the torso. So I'm really pressing my hips forward to open the front of the hip area here, right? A lot of us have tight hip flexors, so we're stuck in hip flexion. So it's really, really important to try and open the front of the hip. Leaning back, pull 3 times. Very important here not to push the chest forward, not to squeeze the shoulder blades together too much. So we want nice width across the front of the chest as well as the upper back, or the front of the back of the shoulder girdle, and return back up. So I could grab the bar from underneath. What that changes is now it's maybe a little bit more biceps. I find it easier. It also takes attention away from the neck muscles. So by turning the palms up, I assist external rotation of my humerus. So my upper arm is rotating externally versus when my palms face down, it sort of encourages us to internally rotate the shoulder girdle or the humerus. So because most of us are already internally rotated, practicing external rotation is a good thing. So for somebody who needs help with that, palms up can work really well also to release any tension here, right? Some of us want to do all of this with neck and shoulders. So I really, one of my favorite cues that I use during the rowing movement is to say, just pull with your arms, not your neck and shoulders, right? So then you become aware of if your shoulders are shrugging up and if they're helping here. Good. And then the single leg version, you would step 1 foot forward. I really, really like this. It's quite challenging for balancing as well. So I'm stepping 1 leg forward sort of into a lunge position, and I'm checking that both of my knees are about a 90-degree angle. Now we tend to only have weight on the knee that we're kneeling on, almost no weight on the front foot. So first I'm trying to bring almost equal weight onto the front foot as well as the back knee. I'm dropping my front hip down. So the hip of the leg that's stepping forward, that needs to come down. So I'm not lifting it up and pushing it out to the side. And then again, I'm leaning back, and you're going to feel probably a lot more stretch in the thigh of the kneeling leg. So, and you might not be able to go very far at all. It's a very small movement. What's really nice is I can use my front foot. I'm pushing my front foot into the table to help myself go back, stay square, and stretch my left thigh.